Hey guys, MD Prepper here, talking more about my new woods gun, my Glock 20 SF and 10mm. Now, if you've seen my previous videos, you will realize that I tend to keep almost all of my firearms in stock conditions. Maybe some minor adjustments and stuff like that, stocks and stuff like that on rifles, but for my handguns, they tend to stay in stock configuration. But this being my new woods gun, something I'll be carrying a lot, now that I finally got the new homestead and that down payment made and everything, I decided, maybe it's time to upgrade. Try to mess around and accessorize a gun just to try and see if I like it. Make this a better shooter overall. I love the gun, fantastic so far with the heavy loads and everything else, with that Lone Wolf 10mm custom barrel in it. Great gun. Hopefully I'll do some vids of that in the future, but I want to briefly talk about 3 upgrades I've made, minor I'd say to a certain extent, and then I'll do individual reviews of them at some point once I get out to the range. Just got all these in tonight from glockstore.com, and so far couldn't be happier with it. So let me show you the 3 additions, but first let's do a safety check. For you safety Sallies out there, empty mag, empty chamber, etc. So we're good to go there, boys and girls. Now, the first thing I want to show you right here is the tungsten guide rod that I added. It is 4 times heavier than your standard little plastic one and nigh on indestructible. It's referred to as the super heavy tungsten guide rod. It was very pricey and I was very reluctant almost to even pick it up. I just thought about picking up the standard stainless steel one, but I figured, what the heck, let's go all in. Let's see how this fares. Overall, it was, I believe, $50, which was, I think, a relatively expensive accessory for a guide rod. But for something as hot as those bear loads and those full charge double tap or buffalo bore rounds, it may help with the muzzle rise and recoil a little bit. So we're going to find out. People say they work. I've heard great reviews. I know some folks who have them. Why not? Let's experiment a little bit. So if it works, that's great. If not, oh well, I'm out $50, but maybe that'll save the rest of you guys. So that's that. Next accessory is the barrel itself. I picked up the Lone Wolf 10mm to 40 conversion barrel, which uses the same standard 10mm magazines for the Glock 20 SF and will fire 40 Smith & Wesson. Now, I'm not going to carry 40 Smith & Wesson in this thing for self-defense or anything like that. 10mm are better round, but 40 is a lot cheaper overall for target ammo and just plinking and having a good time with, or training somebody on a full-size Glock pistol like this. I think I'd probably start them out on a 40 caliber before I put them on the high-octane 10mm. So pick that up for, I believe it was $115 or something like that. Kind of pricey, but it gives me an extra caliber to play around with. I don't normally shoot 40 cals. Don't own any 40 cals. Well, I guess now I do, but I've shot a lot of them, a lot of friends who have them. So gives us versatility. You can also get this in a 357 SIG barrel, which I do not have yet. I'm going to see how much I like the 40 Smith & Wesson before I go for the 357 SIG. I don't know if I really need a 357 SIG barrel in this thing when I'm shooting 10mm, which are better overall, but I might do that just to play around with, have myself 3 calibers in one gun. Now, the last upgrade that I added was a very custom job, and that's probably why it took quite a while to get shipped. It was the custom Glock slide cover plate on the back side of the gun. You've probably seen these in Cheaper Than Dirt and other places that are red or blue or green or whatever, silver, just to change the looks. Well, they make some custom looks for them now. American flag, Molon Lave, just anything out there that you want. They actually have a true custom option to make your own. I went for that. It cost me, I believe, $30 to get something, and I sent the image and I wanted, and I really, really like this, and I think I may actually order one for each of my Glocks just because I liked it so much. Let me show it to you first, and then you guys comment. Hopefully that shows up in the camera. Let me get things a little bit closer so it really focuses well. See that right there? If you're a fan of history, you may hopefully recognize that. That is the Fort Moultrie flag, or technically the new Fort Moultrie flag. It was the flag flown over Fort Moultrie here in South Carolina during the American Revolution that, with a crew of poorly armed and poorly trained and low numbers troops, beat off a British flotilla that was trying to take the port of Charleston. Moultrie was the commander, and basically beat the crap out of the British. Check that up on Wikipedia or wherever you like. This is the newer variation of the flag. The old version had the word liberty, at least per history, they're still somewhat debated. Liberty was written inside the crescent moon. This became so famous that, of course, this flag was modified with the palmetto tree, and palmetto and the crescent became the standard flag of South Carolina. This is the modernized version, which has liberty more prominent overall. And in today's current economic and political situation, which I won't get into, but I'm sure you know how I feel about it, I think liberty needs to be key. I think I need to be reminded of that. I think I need to be a little more prominent other than inside that crescent moon. So I sent that off and told the custom maker out there at Glock store to make it look like the flag, like I want it to be. I sent the image, but it didn't look like a flag. It was just a blue field with white lettering. I think that is classy as hell. Love that. That is better than I expected. I was surprised that he actually did the contrast colors like he did. I don't know exactly what I was expecting, but this is better than I expected. So for $30, I love this. That's just classy as heck. Find somebody else who's got a slide plate cover of Glock that looks that good. Now, I thought about the standard South Carolina flag with the crescent and the palmetto. I wanted something that was a little more generally American, and I thought the Liberty was an excellent addition. So, let me know what you think. Love the custom jobs. Not something I've done before, but for $30, I think it was worth the price. It's very minor, but this makes this gun mine. You will probably not find anybody else on the planet who's got a Glock that now looks like this. So, I like it. What can I say? I'm going to take this gun out to the range this weekend, get a friend coming over, and we'll see how the extra accessories pan out and how they handle. ND Prepper, out.